Good morning everyone, I hope you all had a lovely weekend and today is our last day of addition and subtraction. So we are doing multi-step addition and subtraction problems today. So today we're going to be looking out for a lot of different vocabulary to tell us what calculations we need to do. Okay, so this said, Easton receives £25 from her mum and £25 from her dad for her birthday. She buys a watch for £20. How much money does she have left? So let's think about the words that we have been given. So it receives 25 and 25. Okay. So receive tells us that she is getting it. It's like it's a present, isn't it? So she's been given £25 from her mum and then another £25 from her dad. Okay. Let's look at the other important information. She buys a watch for £20. Okay. How much money does she have left? So let's think about the calculations that we need to do. So if she's receiving it, she's getting it. So if she's got two 25s, we could do 25 add 25 to give us 50. So she would have £50 to start with. And then she bought a watch. So when we remember what we said last week, when we buy something, we are subtracting money from our total, aren't we? We're giving it away. So I've got 50 subtract 20 to give us 30. So she has £30 left after buying a watch. Okay, so that one was nice and easy. We saw that she received two £25, so we added those together. Then we saw she bought a watch for £20, so we did our total, which was 50. Subtract 20 to give us £30. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. This one's a bit trickier. Zach has £18.50. He buys a pair of jeans for £12.60 and a chocolate donut for £2. He wants to buy a magazine for £5. Does he have enough money left? Explain your answer. So this question we could break down into two parts, otherwise it's going to get a bit confusing. So I'm going to break it down. So I'm going to do this step first and then this step second. Okay? So I can see that this is his total, £18.50. And he buys something for £12.60 and something for £2, okay? So there are two things we could do. We could either take the £18.50 and we could subtract £12.60 and then we could subtract £2 from that, or we could add £12.60 to £2 and then subtract that whole total from the £18.50. Okay, so I'm going to do the second one. I'm going to add them first and then subtract. So I'm going to add the two numbers that he's spending. So I'm going to do 12.60 add 2. Okay, and remember that 2 is a 1. It comes in the ones column, so we need to make sure it lines up. So I've got 0.6. No, I haven't. I've got 0. 6 add 0 is 6. Then I've got my decimal point, and I've got 2 add 2 is 4. And I've got 1 add nothing is 1. So he spent in total £14.60. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to subtract it from £18.50. Okay, so I've got £18.50 and I want to subtract £14.60, making sure my numbers line up and my decimal places line up. The decimal places should always be in line with each other. So I've got 0, subtract 0, And then I've got 5 subtract 6. Remember, I can't do that and I can't switch the numbers around either. So I need to exchange. So I've got 15 subtract 6, which gives me 9. Then I've got 7 subtract 4 to leave me with 3. Then 1 subtract 1 is 0. So he has left £3.90. It says he wants to buy a magazine for £5. Does he have enough money? So we can say that no, he doesn't have enough money. Because he's only got £3.90 left. So he wouldn't be able to buy the magazine. Okay? So it's as simple as that. So remember up here, we added the two things he bought together, then subtracted it from his total, the amount of money that he had, and then we saw that he couldn't buy his magazine for £5 because he only had £3.90 left to spend. Okay, so he wouldn't have enough money. In fact, we could see that he was, if we did £5 subtract £3.90, we could see that he is £1.10 short, okay? He would need an extra £1.10 to buy the magazine. So I'm going to write in my answer, he would need £1.10 extra. Okay? He would need £1.10 extra to buy the magazine. Okay, and finally, let's have a look at this one. So this question's got multiple steps this time. Not one or two, it's got quite a few. So it says, Zach orders a cod, large chips and 2 sausages in batter. He pays with 2 £10 notes. What change should he receive? So first of all, I'm going to highlight the important information. So he orders, so that would tell me if I go into a chip shop and I order something, I'm getting it, so that's what I'm paying for. Okay, so he orders a cod, a 1 large chip and 2 sausages in batter. And then he pays with two £10 notes, and then we're looking for change. So what will he get back if he pays with those 2 £10 notes? Okay, so similarly to before, I'm going to add together the price of everything he's ordering first, okay? So he orders a cod, a large chips, and times 2 sausages in batter, okay? So I'm going to do my addition. So I'm going to do £6.99, which is the cod, add £1.50 for the large chips, and I'm going to stop there. I will add the sausages and batter afterwards. So I've got 9 add 0 is 9, 9 add 5 is 14, and 1 add 6 is 7, add another 1 is 8. So far, he's spent £8.49. I'm going to tick off what I've used. So then here, we've got 2 sausages, so I need to work out how to do those. So I'm going to write here, sausages, and then I've got £2.10, and I've got 2 of them, so I'm going to do £2.10 and £2.10 to start with. So I've got £4.20. So then I'm going to take these 2 answers, and I'm going to add those together, okay? So I know the full amount that he's spent. So I've got £8.49, add £4.20, which will give me 9, 6, 12. So we've got £12.69 that he spent. So now I need to know how much change he would receive if he paid with two £10 notes. So I know I can work out in my head that two £10 notes is equal to £20, isn't it? So I can do 20, and I'm going to put decimal point in 2 zeros because I can see my answer has got 2 decimal points behind it because it's money, so it's showing me pence. It would never go more than 2. So, and then I'm going to subtract this number here. So this is the total he spent. Okay, so I've got £12.69, and I want to subtract. So you can see I've got 0 subtract 9. I can't do that, so I need to exchange. I've got nothing in the tenths column, so I'm going to go to the ones. There's nothing in the ones column, so I'm going to have to use the tens column. So we did this last week, so I'm going to replace that with a 1 to give me 10 ones. Then I'm going to exchange again to give me 10 tenths. Then I'm going to exchange again to give me 10 hundredths. So I've got 10 subtract 9 is 1, 9 subtract 6 is 3, 9 subtract 2 is 7, and 1 subtract 1 is 0. And then I'm going to put my decimal place in. So he will receive, so his, I've got to write in white, change equals £7.31. And remember in your answer to include the unit of measurement, okay? So we're measuring our numbers in pounds at the moment, so we need to make sure we include that in our answers. Okay, so that's the first one done, and then we're going to look at the second one. So it says, let's rub this out quickly. So it says, Rosie orders a sea bass, small chips, a litre drink, and a large piece of chicken. It says the total was $14.99. How much was the chicken? So if we look at the menu, we will see there is no price for a large chicken, for a piece of chicken on there. Okay, so it wants us to work that out. So we can find in there the sea bass, we can see the small chips, and we can see the litre drink. Okay, and we know that her total was $14.99. So I've got $14.99. I know that I've got 4 parts. Okay, so one part is £9.99, one part is 80 pence, and one part is £1.80. So I'm looking for that missing piece. Okay, so I could do £14.99 subtract £9.99. Then that answer subtract 80 pence, then that answer subtract £1.80. Or I could add the parts up first that I have, then subtract that from £14.99, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do £9.99, add 80 pence. And remember, I've got no pounds here, and this number represents pounds, and these two numbers represent pence, don't they? So 80 pence written as a decimal would be 0.80. So I'm going to add those first. So I've got 9 add 0, it's going to be 9. 9 add 8 gives me 17, and 9 add 1 gives me 10. So I've got 10.79 so far. So then I'm going to take 10.79 and I'm going to add 1.80 for the litre drink, okay? So I have got 10.79 add £1.80. So I've got 9 add 0 is 9, 7 add 8 is 15, 0 add 1 is 2, and 1 add 0 is 1. So I can see the total of the 3 things that he's bought so far is £12.59. So now what I need to do is I need to subtract, okay? So I'm going to do the total that she spent, subtract the total that I know the items cost so far, and that will allow me to find the price of the chicken, okay? So I'm going to do £14.99 subtract £12.59. Okay, so I've got 9 subtract 9 is 0. 9 subtract 5 is 4. Put my decimal point in. 4 subtract 2 is 2. And 1 subtract 1 is 0. So we can see that the chicken, so this is the missing piece of my bar model now. So the chicken cost £2.40. Okay, so let's recap what we did. We knew what she ordered, so we could see she ordered a sea bass, a small chips, and a litre drink, and a large piece of chicken. But we don't know how much the large piece of chicken was, so we added together the sea bass, the chips, and the litre drink. Okay, so we took those and we added them together. Then we took the total that they added to and subtracted them from the amount Rosie paid, okay? And then that answer left us with the price of the chicken. Okay, so if you are on silver stage, you're doing questions 1 to 5, gold 5 to 8, and platinum, your questions are on the next page and the answers follow on from them as well. So you can mark your answers along with everybody else. If you need any help, please contact Mrs. Willis or I. Remember to look carefully at the vocabulary and break the question down into small chunks that you can work in.